Hey Void, now for some completely different reviews. Alright, so a few things that are not normally in my retinue, but here we go. Coffee Prince, or the first shop of Coffee Prince, depending on which main straight title you go. Usually just refer to as Coffee Prince, though. Alright, so this is a Korean romantic drama, comedy drama that's circa 2007. Which, yeah, I actually do enjoy this one. But it's mostly something I picked up from my partner after she showed it to me once, so found a physical copy and ended up rewatching it, so figure I might as well throw the review up. Okay, so first off, it's a 17 episode series. Episodes are about 45 minutes to an hour, but most surprisingly from this one is the inclusion of Gong Yu in this. Right up there. Now, him, I know more from Train to Busan, as he's the father in it, but so this is his earlier work, and it's his attitude and his voice that really made me realize it was the same person, because he does look considerably older in Train to Busan. That one came out like 10 years after this. So, anyway, this one mostly follows Yoon Chan, who's essentially pretty much supporting her family by herself. She's working a million odd jobs. So, she pretty much blunders into the life of Honggyul, or Hongkyul. The name gets switched up a lot, depending on which how you're reading the translations, so bear with me on that. But Hongkyul is, I believe, how it usually goes for. Anyway, he's pretty much the son of a grocery magnate, and he's the playboy. He's complete nonsense. He doesn't care. He just does whatever. Now, problem comes in is now his family is tired of him not caring and wants to get him to get hitched, which he very much doesn't want to do. He wants to go back to New York to study being a toy maker, while the family wants him to settle down and maybe run the company. So, essentially, in order to then. So, they're trying to get him hitched. Enter Yun Chan, who tries to essentially help, then gets kind of embroiled in they're very convoluted matters. This is pretty much like a soap opera. So, the boy who is obsessed with Yun Chan's sister tries to steal the purse of the girl that Hong Kyul is obsessed with. So when Yun Chan tries to intervene and help, but doesn't want this guy to get in trouble because she knows him, the other guy, and then Hong Kyul realizes that they might be in this together, so they get kind of in this weird spat. However, they end up because of that, they end up getting into a working relationship of he's agreed to hire Yoon Chan to be his boyfriend. He has mistaken Yoon Chan for a boy. This happens a lot because Yoon Chan just has more of a masculine look and does not really care about what gender she's perceived as. So she pretends to be his boyfriend, who essentially crash all these arranged marriages that his family is setting up. And that works for a while, up until the family gets sick of that and decides, okay, you're getting cut off since you're not taking this seriously. So here, take this coffee shop that a friend of a family is running it into the ground, turn it around, and increase the profits. You have a month. Go. So the story is pretty much about them building up this coffee shop, the Coffee Prince, and essentially pretty much making us a bunch of male baristas who are attractive, so to draw the ladies in. Now the guy who runs the shop is just this slacker who doesn't, who just wants to do things his way, so he's butting heads with Hong Kyul as they try to get this shop off the ground. Now, he brings Yoon Chan in on it because, well, Yoon Chan is desperate for a job, and the owner knows her, so wants to hire her on. But the more she works, along with the rest of the boys, the more Hong Kyul seems to be getting feelings for him. and doesn't realize that he's falling for a girl and is starting to question his own sexuality. While she's now that he's starting to like her, isn't sure she wants to reveal the secret because what if that now that I've been lying to him for so long, it's going to jeopardize things. Meanwhile, Hunkyul's cousin is also it's very much the former boyfriend of Hunkyul's crush. So there's a whole other soap opera thrown in on that, and a lot happens over the 17 episodes. I would surprised it's only 17 episodes. This is a batshit soap opera where they throw everything at it. But the characters, all of them, are very likable. Like the effeminate playboy Ha Rim is always good for a chuckle, and the one half Japanese guy who's making the pastries there, who's just got such a deadpan delivery on things. Min Yip, who's the dumb as rocks but loyal boy who's obsessed with Yun Chan's sister. There's a lot going on. And if I was going to sum up everything, the video would be like 2 hours long. So, not going to do that. But works great as a romance, works great as a comedy, though you are occasionally just cringing as you just know a lot would be solved if the characters communicate, but you do understand a little bit of why they are not. But yeah, sometimes you just want to shake people. So overall, I do recommend Coffee Prince. It's not terribly long overall, so it's worth seeing. But yeah, that's only like 3 of the 20 plot lines that take place in this. It is a little convoluted, but not in a bad way. So it's mostly it's a good romance, it's a good comedy. I do recommend it. MacGuffins. I need to give this MacGuffins. For me, as much as I do enjoy a lot of it, it's not my main shtick, so I only rate it so highly. But for me, I'd still give this like a 7 MacGuffins. I think my partner would rate it higher, but that's just me. Yeah. But it's definitely worth checking out. I'm not sure where you can easily get copies of this, because I don't know if this was ever properly brought to the US. So we originally first watched it online, and then I ordered an import version because this, like I said, has not been released in the US. So it's pretty much all I was able to get for it. So, but region-free Blu-rays exist, so I think I got this from PlayAsia. Anyway, I highly recommend. Check that.